Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
On the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield, this is Tiger Talk. Tonight's show is brought to you by Harpo's Bar and Grill, the host location of all Mizzou Tiger Talks and downtown Columbia staple for over 50 years. And by Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Now live from Harpo's, here's your host, the voice of the Tigers, Mike Kelly.
Edition tonight, we are at the 9th annual Taste of the Tigers to benefit the food bank for Central and Northeast Missouri. I'm Mike Kelly. Missouri head coach Eli Drinkwitz is alongside, and more than 500 folks in the house tonight to celebrate Taste of the Tiger. Give it up for the food bank, ladies and gentlemen. And also, how about a welcome for our head coach, Eli Drinkwitz. His 19th ranked Tigers in action right here at Sold Out Faroe Field, coming up on Saturday afternoon against unbeaten and third-ranked Texas A&M. Game kicks off just after 2:30. Our coverage begins at 12:30. Coming up a little bit later in the program, we'll be joined by a couple of players. We'll introduce you to Jaylen Catalan and also to Keegan Trost. Mizzou Athletics would like to thank its premier partners of the Diamond Club, MU Healthcare, Shelter Insurance, and Multiply Credit Union. With that, let's bring into the conversation the head coach of our Tigers, Eli Drinkwitz. It's been a while since I've seen you. It's great to see you.
Yeah, it's great to see you all. What an awesome event. Great to see all the crowd out here tonight and enjoying this great food for a great cause.
Yeah, great cause and a record turnout crowd. It continues to build each and every year. And I don't know, maybe it's outgrowing this space. And as I look to my right and kind of over my shoulder to the north end zone, wow.
Yeah.
I haven't been here since the Alabama game.
Yeah.
And to see the amount of progress that's taken place, it's like construction on steroids.
Yeah, I think we could probably host this event over there next year, but there is going to be a price to it. So you'll have to talk to the athletics director about how much it costs to rent that facility over there, because ain't none of it free.
Ain't none of it free. Laird Beach, ladies and gentlemen. How about a round of applause for Missouri's director of athletics?
But no, it's awesome. I mean, just to see that vision continue to come together, I think is really, really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool, just the pace in which it's happening. So first of all, it's great to have you at this event, number one, and looking forward for this crowd to get a chance to meet Jaylen and Keegan, the bye week. How'd you try to spend it? The second bye week of the season.
Yeah, the first thing we had to do was flush the loss, and then refocus on what we could control moving forward. Needed to get healthy, have some guys beat up, banged up. Needed to reassess what Matt's strengths are as we tailor the offense towards him, and then get a head start on Texas A&M. And I really think that we did a really good job of handling all three of those things. Continuing to stay focused on what we have and the opportunities and the positioning that we're in, still in a really good position. Yeah. And now it's about taking advantage of that opportunity with the players that we have, and really focusing on making sure practice execution becomes game day reality.
6-2 in the season. Again, still plenty of out there that is in front of you with the opportunity still for the playoffs and things like that. If you might, let me go back to the Vanderbilt game, because literally we've talked about this before and for years, really. Football is a game of inches, right? Yeah. And in that game, it literally was a game of inches, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had plenty of opportunities in all three phases in the third quarter to really do what we needed to do to win the game, and we all just didn't get it done in any of the three phases. Offensively, we had a chance to score right there after the turnover, didn't get it done. Special teams, we had a chance to make a field goal, didn't get it done, and then defensively, we gave up an 82-yard touchdown run right there in the third quarter. So all three phases owned it. All three phases realized that the margins are too small to let that happen. And with all that being said, we still had a chance, threw a Hail Mary and was 1 inch short, So, it's part of it's disappointing because I think we're a good football team and had an opportunity. But you can't let yesterday's disappointments ruin your future. Yeah. And that's really the message, learn the lesson, leave the event, keep on moving forward. If you would have said to this crowd in August that, hey, in November, in the very first college football playoff rankings, Missouri's going to be in it, and they're going to have an opportunity to be the top 5 team at home to really push themselves forward for the rest of the year, I think everybody would have taken it. And that's the message I had for our team is, yeah, we missed an opportunity, but the opportunities that lie ahead are greater than the opportunities that were missed. And so let's take advantage of these opportunities. And I will say this. This is going on my 6th season, right?
Yeah.
In 4 of them, we've been ranked in the college football playoff the first Wednesday or the first Tuesday in November. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. There's some schools in the SEC that haven't been ranked at all right, in any of those shows. And so we're pushing ourselves in the right direction. We got to continue to capitalize. I tell ourselves all the time, you don't know when that breakthrough is going to happen, but you got to keep on knocking. And that's what we're doing. We're knocking on those doors, and we're going to continue to push until we get through.
You'll get mad at me for bringing this up,
that's okay.
And that's fine. I honestly don't care. But I think it's important for these people to hear this from this perspective. So, if you think back from a historical standpoint, Larry Smith, the late, great Larry Smith, terrific person. He gave Missouri fans hope with back-to-back bowl games in 97 and 98 after ending 13 consecutive losing seasons. Gary Pinkel gave Missouri fans consistency.
Yeah.
Eli Drinkwitz, and I think you'll agree with this, has given Missouri fans the chance to hope and dream about something we've never experienced before.
I think one of the things that motivates our staff and our players is to do something that's never been done before, right? And that's what we're constantly pursuing, is finding those things that haven't been accomplished. And so there's plenty more out there to accomplish. But, again, nobody's going to hand it to you. Yeah. Everybody wants to win. Everybody is pursuing these championships. There's a group text that we have in the SEC, and the level of the margins are so small right now in college football. So I'm going to just read you all a stat, but specifically in the SEC. I got to make sure I find it for you.
Can you add me to that text list, by the way?
Yeah, absolutely. I sent it to Laird, so I got to find Laird's name in here, but I also sent about 100 texts to high school recruits, too. Okay, in 2023 in the SEC, there were 16 one-possession games the entire season. In 2024, there were 23 one-possession games. Up until this point in the SEC, we've still got 4 weeks left to go in the SEC. We've had 26 one-possession games. That's 61% of all SEC games are one-possession games. The margins from top to bottom in our league continue to get smaller, and so we have to continue to search for those margins. We've been really good at it the past couple of years, and we got to continue to be.
Back to my point about the other thing, too, with you is that these people, and those beyond around our state have responded.
Yeah.
Right? 19th consecutive sellout coming up. Another record. So this will be a brand new record. 19 consecutive sellouts with the opportunity to finish the season with 20. I mean, it's just it's wonderful to see Missouri fans respond to what has taken place on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we asked them when we first got here to respond, and they did, and they bought in even before we were giving them the results that they wanted, and I'm very appreciative of that.
It's Eli Drinkwitz and I'm Mike Kelly. We're at the Taste of the Tiger at Faroe Field in Columbia. When we come back, more with the coach on the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
The most powerful ideas come from understanding. By asking what's important here. At Great Southern Bank, we start by asking our customers to find out how we're doing and what they really need. Then we get to work, making banking easier and more effective, financing more flexible, and our communities better places to live. It's an ongoing team effort to keep improving how we serve our neighbors day after day. And it all starts with understanding what really matters. Learn more at GreatSouthernBank.com. Member FDIC.
Hey, college football fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Let Shelter Insurance take you to the zoo this football season. And we don't mean the zoo with the animals and the cotton candy. We're talking about the ZOU with the Mizzou Tigers. Contact a Shelter Insurance agent, and they'll register you for a chance to win 2 tickets to a Tiger home football game this season. Only Shelter agents can register you, so call, email, or drop by for your chance to win. Find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com/Mizzou and register to win 2 tickets to the zoo.
Giving back to the community is a pillar for Mizzou Athletics, and one that we're proud to emulate here at Brewpub Lots of Matza Pizza. As a proud partner of Mizzou Athletics, Brewpub is proud to announce our support of local heroes through our partnership with the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. With every purchase of the new Brewpub Patriot Pizza, we're helping support veterans, first responders, law enforcement officers, and their families during difficult times. Look for the new Brewpub Patriot Pizza today in your local grocery store and enjoy a great pizza for a greater cause.
As the parent of an athlete, you've got to give them every advantage possible. And if your child wants to play at the highest level of their sport, they should be training with 2 people who played at the highest level of theirs. Introducing API Project Fitness and their sports performance program. Certified in training athletes from 5 to 18 plus. API Project Fitness teaches athletes to be more explosive, more mobile, and will teach your athlete how to excel both on and off the field. Find your fire. ProjectFitnessAPI.com.
The Mizzou Tigers are powered by soy. From the biodiesel buses that get our players to the game to the heart-healthy soyleic soybean oil used right here in stadium concessions. Both innovations born at the University of Missouri with support from the Missouri Soybean Merchandising Council. From the back 40 to Faroe, Missouri Soybeans is driving innovation far beyond the field. For more farmer-led projects, visit mosoy.org. This message is brought to you by Missouri soybean farmers and their checkoff.
Tiger Talk continues from the 9th annual Taste of the Tiger. We're inside the Columns Club on the east side of Memorial Stadium here in Columbia. I'm Mike Kelly. Eli Drinkwitz is alongside. Show your swagger with the Tiger checking card from Central Bank. It's the only place for Tiger checking. You can open one today, www.centralbank.net. Tiger Talk also brought to you by Shelter Insurance, recently ranked #1 in customer satisfaction for auto insurance in the Central region by J.D. Power. 7 of the last 8 years. We're your shield. We're your shelter. The first college football playoff ranking is out. In fact, they're unveiling it up to number 11. We can tell you that the Missouri Tigers check in at number 22 in the first college football playoff ranking. So that's great to see. Make it 5 years that you've been ranked.
No, I think this is 4.
Oh, this is 4.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well.
There were some dark years in 21
I
and
forgot
22.
about those, yeah.
Some dark times.
Yeah.
But we've risen from them. We've risen from the ashes.
And what can you tell us about the health of Bo Perbula, who was injured, obviously, in the Vanderbilt game?
Yeah, so he had a non-fractured dislocated ankle, which basically means that it only happens in about 1% of displaced injuries, which is normally a judo injury. So they were able to pop it back in place, and now it's just about how quickly he can get those 3 ligaments to recover. He is off of the scooter and can now use a walking boot, and is working on, just getting back to walking and working.
So it's cool. He'll be able to be on the sideline, be with guys in practice and things like that?
Yeah, should be able to be on the sideline Saturday. I don't anticipate that, and excited for him to be around.
So what have you learned about him? He was selected as a captain right by his teammates. Based on what's taken place over the last couple of weeks, what have you seen in his character?
Yeah, just a lot of leadership. I mean, he's doing everything he can. He's in the quarterback meetings. He's supporting Matt. He's addressing the team. He was in our captain's meeting today. It was kind of frustrating because him and Sam were both in the captain's meeting today, and that's not a meeting where you want to see your 2 quarterbacks, one's in a knee brace and the other one's on a roller scooter, but it's the hand we've been dealt.
Sam okay? Doing
yeah,
okay?
Sam's great. Sam's just got back from L.A., had his final surgery needed to get his knee all back in shape, and he is on his way to recovery, so very excited about him.
Great to hear that. Matt Zollers comes in against Vanderbilt. He's 14 of 23 for 138 yards. Also had the fourth quarter touchdown pass to Jude James through the Hail Mary that came up just an inch short to Kevin Coleman. And I've got another question about that in a moment. But when Matt came in and took over, the moment at no point in time looked too big for him on the road in Vanderbilt in a tight game against 2 top 15 teams.
Yeah, Matt's a quarterback, right? He's got the right kind of mentality. He's kind of like a gunslinger or a fighter pilot. He believes in himself. He believes in what he's going to accomplish. He knows he's got the arm talent to make every throw. Really proud of his understanding of the game plan. I thought he went out and executed. We called everything that was on the call sheet for the game, and he executed it handily. I think he was 4 for 4 on 4th downs, which is really challenging. So I think he did a really good job, and look for him to continue to grow. He's going to have another challenge on his hand. He's going against one of the best defenses in college football. I think they lead the country in sacks. I think they're one of the top 3rd down defenses. So, the challenges just keep rising. The good news is he goes against a really good defense all the time. I think it's 2nd in sacks. I think they're 2nd and 3rd downs. And so it's not something he hasn't seen.
When you look at his strengths, and that's something obviously as you start developing game plans, you want to plan it to his strengths. What are some of those strengths that you see in Matt Zollers as a quarterback?
Well, I think his understanding of our offense, his ability to create space in the pocket, his ability to stand in the pocket. But, his arm talent is undeniable. His ability to throw the ball anywhere on the field is as good as we have.
You're a quarterback's coach, right? I watch him, and the thing that I see, well, you still have a lot of it in your DNA. Some guys got to wind. Some guys got to step into it. Matt's, boom, it's out.
Yeah, he's got a quick release. He understands, he's a really, really good golfer, and so he creates tension on his T-spine by separating his hips, and that's what you see with a lot of the really good NFL quarterbacks. He creates displacement there, hip displacement. So, he's got some natural mechanics. He's a 300-yard driver off the deck, so he understands how to create some tension on the T-spine and cut it loose.
One of his targets that came in this class is a guy named Donovan Alvid, a young man from Chicago, played at IMG, and just, again, it was a guy that was making plays during the course of preseason camp, has continued to seize his opportunities as a true freshman. Where have you seen Donovan Alvid grow?
Yeah, I think consistency in his approach. There was times in fall camp when he would make the wow plays, but wasn't just making the consistent plays. And now he's having the ability to make consistent plays down in and down out. He's a really natural route runner. And obviously, he in some big moments, he's made some big catches for us. And they have a natural connection because they got a lot of reps with each other on the other fields or when the twos were going. And so that's been a really good thing for him to have somebody he can really rely on.
We're at Taste of the Tigers at the Columns Club. Inside of Faurot Field, I'm Mike Kelly. Eli Drinkwitz is alongside. Back after this on the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
Dear weekend, Toyota trucks are raring to go. Gearing up for fall? Tundra is all in for hauling. Going off the beaten path? Tacoma says, let's ride. Both trucks pack sweet tech, posh cabins, and Toyota's legendary reliability, so you can make every weekend epic. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
See your local Toyota dealer today.
Whether you're heading out for a weekend getaway or traveling after a big win, Columbia Regional Airport makes travel easy. Skip the stressful drive on I-70. Fly American or United with nonstop service to Denver, Dallas, or Chicago, and you're just one stop away from anywhere. Proud to be the official airport of the Mizzou Tigers. See you in the skies. See you at COU, Columbia Regional Airport. Visit flycou.com to learn more.
If you want an inside look at Mizzou basketball that you won't get anywhere else, you want the Inside Mizzou Athletics podcast.
Trent Pierce. Talk about it every day. We want to be a Final Four team. That's our goal. That's what we want to do.
It's Jaden Stone. It's pretty much a miracle that I'm playing. I've actually never talked about it, so this is the first time I'm saying anything.
Subscribe today to the Inside Mizzou Athletics podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Original content plus replays of Tiger Talk and more. The Inside Mizzou Athletics podcast, presented by Shelter Insurance.
Addison's restaurants are great local spots to visit before or after all Mizzou home games. Addison's has 2 locations to choose from in Southwest and downtown Columbia. Addison's features a full bar with over 20 beers on tap, including local brewers, and of course their famous Nachos Bianco. So, before or after the game, stop by Addison's. View the full menu online for both locations at addisonsgrill.com.
Black and gold season never ends at the Tiger Team Store. Gear up for game day with the largest official selection of black and gold gear and gifts. From the latest Mizzou SEC gear to everything you need for your tailgate. The Tiger Team Store is your store for all things Mizzou. The Tiger Team Store has moved and is now located inside Mizzou Arena. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. with extended hours on game day. Or online at TigerTeamStore.com. It's always black and gold season at the Tiger Team Store.
It's time to get back into routine that focuses on you. Move better, feel better, simply live better at Wilson's Fitness. Escape reality in the indoor saltwater pool. Detox from the saunas or heat things up with our hot yoga. Wilson's is here to support you, motivate you, and help smash your goals with group fitness classes, personal coaching, and endless amenities. Move better, feel better, simply live better at Wilson's Fitness in Columbia. Visit them at wilsonsfitness.com.
Partner with the Tigers and the Food Bank. It's the official charitable partner of Mizzou Athletics. Visit scoreagainsthunger.org to learn more about the Score Against Hunger campaign presented by MPICS. And we're at the Taste of the Tigers here at Faurot Field inside the Columns Club. Coming up in our next segment, we'll introduce you to Jaylen Catalan and also Keegan Trost. Coach Drinkwitz is alongside. We've during the break had a chance to kind of look at the rankings. Anything stand out in your mind from what you've seen?
No, I mean, I think it's interesting. There's still a lot left to be played out. I don't think the teams that are, I don't know that any team can feel real confident about where they're at right now, except probably the top 2, just because in our league, there's still a lot left to be played.
Yeah. You look at our league, and it brings us to kind of what you touched on this today, just life in the SEC.
Yeah.
Each and every week and trying to prepare, and you talk about, preparing for the defense of an Alabama or an Auburn or Vanderbilt, and now Texas A&M this week. Are others trying to prepare for your 2 defensive ends? It's crazy.
Yeah, the conversation started with Cassius Howell, who I think is one of the best defensive ends in our conference. He's got elite stats. He really rushes the passer well. But when you compare him to Dylan Stewart at South Carolina, that dude's pretty good, right? You compare him to the 2 edges that Auburn had and Keldrick Falk and Crawford, and then you compare him to Zaper, or the kid from Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you got Alabama's edges. Like, everybody's got some really, really good players. And I think that's the biggest challenge in our league is, like, there's no off weeks. There's no week where you roll in there and say, well, they don't really have anybody that's, going to be a potential first-round pick. And that's work.
A&M comes in 8-0 for the first time since '92. Mike Elko obviously has done a great job building that program in a short amount of time. When you look at the roster top to bottom, just your overall read on the Aggies.
Yeah, I think Mike's done an excellent job of rebuilding that roster. He went in and got some really good players out of the portal with experience. You look at the offensive side of the ball, they returned 4 offensive linemen. They returned their running back room. They've got their returning starting quarterback. They went out and got a couple of really good wide receivers, I think, out of the portal. Defensively, they got about 6 or 7 returning starters who played a lot of football. So guys who understand the scheme, the culture of what they're trying to do. So I have a tremendous amount of respect for Coach Elko. Me and him, I was the offensive coordinator at NC State. He was the defensive coordinator at Wake Forest in 2016. In 2017, he went to Notre Dame, and we were at NC State, and we played him. So, I got a tremendous amount of respect for the consistency that he's shown as a defensive coordinator and now as a head coach. He does all the things the right way, and it's no surprise to me that they've had this much success this quickly.
Everyone that gets ready to do one of his games talks about just how creative he is on third down from a defensive standpoint. Elaborate on the creativity.
Yeah, it's really not creative. It's not a lot of different things.
Right.
It's the exact same third down package. If I pulled up the Wake Forest film from 2016, it's the same alignments. He creates overloads and he creates different presentations, and then he blitzes different people based off of how you are trying to pick it up. So if you full slide, he overloads the slide. If you go man, he overloads the back. And so he just has answers, and he's been able to do it, and not a lot of people have been able to bust him on it. And so I haven't been able to, and nobody else in this league so far has been able to.
His quarterback's Marcel Reed. He's a kid that obviously came in a year ago and took over as the starter. In fact, I remember a quote from one Eli Drinkwitz prior to the Missouri trip to Texas A&M that they had basically changed the scheme of their offense, starting to design it to Marcel Reed. No one was on Marcel Reed in terms of his talents more than you were a year ago.
Well, I thought when he led Texas A&M to the victory versus Arkansas, and when he led them to Florida, I thought, man, this guy really had something to him, right? And obviously their quarterback, Connor, had a great game against us, and he's, by all intents, having a great season for Houston. So I know he's really talented. But you just saw something in him that was a little bit different. And he's been continuing to build on that. I think, obviously, the makings of a great quarterback is somebody who can lead a 2-minute drive. He did that versus Notre Dame. So he's a really good player. He's got all kinds of challenges for our defense. And so, he's a guy that's in the Heisman conversation, in my opinion, in our league. You look at him, Ty Simpson. I think those two guys right now are at the top of those conversations.
Keegan Trost and Jaylen Catalan are both guys that have played at multiple schools, but they made the decision that they wanted to finish their career here. What is it about those two young men that Eli Drinkwitz appreciates having in his locker room?
Yeah, I don't think either one of them thought they were going to end up at Missouri. But, man, I'm so glad that they did. Keegan's been a really special addition for us. I've just been so impressed with his maturity, his work ethic, his desire to improve. I think it took him a little bit to get used to us in kind of our style. But, man, now I see him. He's smiling. He's walking in there. He's in the O-line room cracking up. That group of guys has really built a strong bond. Catalan, he's been a really good player in this league for a long time, and I've always had a lot of respect for him and really, really always wanted to coach him. And, when he went in the portal, we made a concerted effort to, let's get him on campus and see if we can't get him. Because I've always liked his physicality, his leadership, and he's somebody you can count on. And both of those guys, when they were at the missions trip, got a chance to hang out with him. Jaylen was one of the hardest workers I've ever seen. Ask Keegan about that missions trip. He got a good story to tell about that. He really was glad he went. He wasn't so excited before, but he was really glad he went afterwards. And so, I'm really proud of both of those. They've made our program better. You know, I think we wanted to make an impact on them, but they came and made an impact on this brotherhood. We're going to be indebted to them for a long time for making this a home for them for a year. And they both got really bright futures ahead of them.
Go get a win on Saturday. Great to see you. We're blessed to have you here. Eli Drinkwitz.
M-I-Z.
Z-O-U. That's the head coach. I'm Mike Kelly. When we come back, Jaylen Catalan and also Keegan Trost on the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
Hey, college football fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
As the parent of an athlete, you've got to give them every advantage possible. And if your child wants to play at the highest level of their sport, they should be training with two people who played at the highest level of theirs. Introducing API Project Fitness and their sports performance program. Certified in training athletes from 5 to 18 plus. API Project Fitness teaches athletes to be more explosive, more mobile, and will teach your athlete how to excel both on and off the field. Find your fire. ProjectFitnessAPI.com.
You could call it swagger. You could call it a vibe. You could call it confidence. You could call it cool. Or you could call it exactly as it is, Tiger Pride. Show your Mizzou spirit with the Tiger checking card, only from Central Bank. Sign up today at tigerchecking.com. Central Bank. Strong roots, endless possibilities. Member FDIC.
Let Shelter Insurance take you to the zoo this football season. And we don't mean the zoo with the animals and the cotton candy. We're talking about the ZOU with the Mizzou Tigers. Contact a Shelter Insurance agent, and they'll register you for a chance to win 2 tickets to a Tiger home football game this season. Only Shelter agents can register you, so call, email, or drop by for your chance to win. Find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com/Mizzou and register to win 2 tickets to the zoo.
Nate Bargatze.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Mizzou Arena, Saturday, February 21st.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at NateBargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
You work hard to keep your car running and your home safe, so it only makes sense to keep them protected with a company that has your interest at the heart of what they do. That's why turning to Country Financial for your car and home insurance is an easy choice. Country Financial has been providing insurance and protecting families like yours for 100 years. That's the kind of stability you can trust. Our dedicated reps live and work in your communities and are ready to connect you to get you the insurance that fits your needs. Get more from your car and home insurance at countryfinancial.com.
Next week, we head back to Harpo's for Tiger Talk. Hope you'll join us coming up next Tuesday night in downtown Columbia at Harpo's Bar and Grill. It's a staple downtown since 1971, featuring a new food menu, also daily specials, and their expanded space is the perfect spot for you to be able to host your next event. Time now for our players segment. With us between now and the top of the hour, young man who's in his first season at Missouri, the Tigers' starting right tackle from Kankakee, Illinois. Please welcome number 79, Keegan Trost, ladies and gentlemen. And a young man who, before the start of this season, had played 43 games in college football, and now he continues to add to that list of playing experience. He's from Mansfield, Texas. Please welcome Tigers safety number 6, Jaylen Catalan. I want to talk journey to begin things, but first of all, let me thank you. Thanks to both of you for taking time and coming out to join me, but also to, introduce yourself to all of these people here. Your journey brought you to Columbia for your final seasons, right? Each of you have been to multiple different schools. What did you learn along the way, and what maybe did you take from those individual stops that you're able to apply right now, Jaylen?
I'll say your role's always different at different schools, you know. I think when I first started off, I was in there trying to get my feet wet, trying to make plays, just trying to, you know, be that guy. But I think as I grew older, I started realizing it was more what I did off the field than what I did on the field, you know. I think a lot of people worry so much about on the field, you know, that the off-the-field stuff kind of gets a little bit thrown to the back. So I think as I got older, I started realizing my impact off the field with how I talk to people, how I lead, or how I just talk to them on a regular basis, you know, really can define somebody's day or help somebody on the field. You know, I felt like that meant bigger to me than making a play.
You know, I've always told young people, and I mean it, that doesn't matter what field you want to pursue, that every conversation you have each and every single day is a networking opportunity that may serve you well at some point down the road. So to hear the way that you reference people now and the way that you engage with them. Keegan, how about for you? The different stops along the way, what did they teach you?
I would say for sure in my younger years, it helped me grow up and turn into a man, just having that guidance on a football team. And then at each different place, my career was a little bit different. I started a little lower and kind of tried to work my way up. So not only growing on the football field, but maturing and turning into a young man and really adjusting. Like every time you go to a new place, it's a new family. You know what I mean? And they accept you, and then you really just have to like adjust and like learn new people. So that was big for me.
So the other thing too that I hear you say is that you bet on yourself along the way. Yeah. You believed in Keegan Trost. So coming out of high school in Kankakee, Illinois, just what was the let's share with the folks. What was the first stop, and then eventually getting here to Columbia?
So initially, I was committed to Eastern Illinois, and then their coaching staff was fired, and that was probably about like an hour and a half from my house, so it was close to home. And then I was going to go junior college, and then I ended up deciding to just go to Morgan State. So I was at Morgan State for one semester, and then I spent a few years at Indiana State, and then Wake Forest for another year, and then here for my last year.
And we're going to come back to life in the SEC, but for your last year, right, and knowing that this was going to be a special opportunity, when you got in the portal, what were you looking for?
I was really looking for, honestly, I wanted to obviously go to a team that had good connection and family vibes, and really I wanted to win. And I knew Missouri had something special. Also, Coach Jones is a great offensive line coach, so I wanted to be coached up well my last year and really win games, and I knew I could do that here.
Jaylen, let's go back and chart the path that brought you to Columbia, Missouri. Where did it start?
I mean, they're not going to be too happy about it, but I started off at Arkansas. Yeah, and then after that I left, went to Texas for a year, and then last year I finished off at UNLV, and I thought that was going to be my last year, but then I found out I had an extra year, so I said, why not come to Mizzou, you know, or make it happen, you know, and I don't regret it at all, you know. I think it's one of the best choices I made, you know, not just for the football, but just the brotherhood and just the off the field mainly.
So what was it about Mizzou? When you jumped in, what was it that met your needs at that point in your life?
Obviously, they were competitive, you know, had a great season with Coach Drink, how he's brought in and with the brotherhood and everything. But overall, I think what stood out for me the most was just the connection I felt with the team and also with just the environment. You can just feel it when you kind of came in here that, you know, there was something special being built. And I think that was something that I just felt the energy of, and I just want to be a part of. So ultimately, that came to my decision to come in here.
Every player that has sat in these seats throughout the years, particularly since Coach Drink arrived, has talked about the brotherhood. Keegan, define the brotherhood in your words and what it means to you and hopefully for these people.
I would say the brotherhood it's a big family of guys from different places that are all trying to accomplish the same goal. So really, it's so much different personalities and people from different places, and we all are chasing one thing.
Drink said it took you a little bit of time to get comfortable in the environment. Is that accurate, and when did you start feeling comfortable, if it is?
I mean, I would say anytime you're in a new place, it's an adjustment period, and you have to get used to it. You move to a new place. You don't know many people at first, and really just honestly getting comfortable. So once I got comfortable with the guys, we spent more time together. We did things together. Like the mission trip was good. I really started to more open up and felt like I was accepted into the brotherhood.
Keegan Trost, Jaylen Catalan alongside. I'm Mike Kelly. We're at the Taste of the Tigers at the Columns Club inside of Faurot Field. Back after this on the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
Addison's restaurants are great local spots to visit before or after all Mizzou home games. Addison's has 2 locations to choose from in Southwest and downtown Columbia. Addison's features a full bar with over 20 beers on tap, including local brewers, and of course their famous Nachos Bianco. So, before or after the game, stop by Addison's. View the full menu online for both locations at addisonsgrill.com.
Black and gold season never ends at the Tiger Team Store. Gear up for game day with the largest official selection of black and gold gear and gifts. From the latest Mizzou SEC gear to everything you need for your tailgate. The Tiger Team Store is your store for all things Mizzou. The Tiger Team Store has moved and is now located inside Mizzou Arena. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. with extended hours on game day or online at tigerteamstore.com. It's always black and gold season at the Tiger Team Store.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup for the top college athletic programs for the 2025-26 college athletic season? Check out the criteria and follow the year-long standings of your favorite team at L Directors Cup on the X platform or online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2026 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. The Learfield Directors Cup, powered by NACTA, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Flu season is here. Get your flu shot today at your local Hy-Vee pharmacy. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment is necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. That's right, a 20-cent fuel saver. Get your flu shot when it's convenient for you. Schedule online or just stop by your Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Help your family stay healthy. Get your flu shot and get a 20-cent fuel saver only at Hy-Vee. See store for details. Some restrictions apply.
Marathon Building Environments is a premier provider of commercial furnishings, flooring, window treatments, as well as canopy and awnings. With over 35 years of experience, they are not just an extension of Kansas City or St. Louis. They are locally owned and operated in Columbia, Missouri. Visit Marathon Building Environments at marathonve.com today and let them create the perfect workplace solutions for your business. Go Tigers, M-I-Z.
It's time to get back into routine that focuses on you. Move better, feel better, simply live better at Wilson's Fitness. Escape reality in the indoor saltwater pool. Detox from the saunas or heat things up with our hot yoga. Wilson's is here to support you, motivate you, and help smash your goals with group fitness classes, personal coaching, and endless amenities. Move better, feel better, simply live better at Wilson's Fitness in Columbia. Visit them at wilsonsfitness.com.
Tiger Talk continues here on the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield. I'm Mike Kelly, Daryl Bascom from the Food Bank, and Jeremy Washington running the controls. Sam from KMIZ over there in the back. Sam's kind of special. He's got his own little high top over there, so it's great to see Sam again. Jaylen Catalan is with us along with Keegan Trost, and we're glad that you're with us here inside the 9th annual Taste of the Tiger here inside the Columns Club at Memorial Stadium. Gentile is now the apparel provider of the Mizzou Radio Network. Check out their new collection of Mizzou apparel. It's available at gentileapparel.com or at Bingham's in downtown Columbia the next time that you might come in for a game. Gentile Apparel is a proud partner of Mizzou Athletics. Both guys are with us getting ready for a big game coming up on Saturday as number 19 Missouri will host number 3 Texas A&M. During the offseason, Coach Drinkwitz made the decision to take members of his football program, players and staff to Harmon's, Jamaica for an opportunity to give back to others. Certainly unique. You guys have been in a lot of different places. Rarely do you hear about something like that. Jaylen, for you, what did that trip mean to be able to experience not only the opportunity to help, but to see what you have and they don't?
It was eye-opening. It was changing. It was life-changing for me because I looked at it and I realized that what I complain about on an everyday basis is something that I really need to be thankful for, because I always said the best thing I heard over there was that over there in Jamaica, if you were to take your problems and write it down on a piece of paper, and then everybody in Jamaica did that same thing and then threw it in the middle of the pile, and you pick somebody's up, you'd probably put that right back down, pick yours up. You know, it was that type of eye-opening thing where you realized, like, what they didn't have and what I had that I took for granted was something that I'll never take for granted, you know, from the little things of just the resources of having security of housing, you know, resources of food, water. I mean, down the list. I mean, it's crazy. But, I mean, with that, though, I loved it because you can tell that the most important thing was love for them, and that's what kept them together.
Keegan, shaking your head. Jump in.
Yeah, I would really say the same thing. Just being grateful for what you do have. Many times we're complaining about small things that really, if we were in their situation, we wouldn't care about. You know what I mean? Just worrying about your next meal. We may complain that we're eating this or that, but at times they're not having meals. And it's just really eye-opening, like Jaylen said. Just they're so positive and just keeping their faith, although they're in the hard times.
I want you both to answer this. For you, what was the most uncomfortable part of the experience?
I would say you're taking cold showers. You're not sure what exactly your next meal will be. And then just anytime you're going to a new place you've never been, it was just a little bit uncomfortable at first just because it was new to me. So it was good we were there for a few days. As time went on, we got comfortable and then adjusted a little bit.
Jaylen?
The workload, the heat, it was different. You know, being out in Jamaica, the weather was different. You know, you had to adapt to it and stuff. You know, it's hot out here, and you know, you can go to the different spots down in Texas. I mean, summer here, but it doesn't compare to nothing like Jamaica. It's different out there. I mean, the weather's hot. You know, so you got to embrace it. But overall, it was a great trip, though. You know, it tested us a lot, but at the same time, built us strong, kept us closer for sure. So I'm thankful for it.
What was the most rewarding aspect?
I think the brotherhood, you know, I think it went back to us becoming closer. You know, you're around guys that you have to spend time with. You have no choice whether you like them or you don't know them. You know, you're going to get a chance to know them. But I felt like everybody grew closer as that trip, you know, came to an end. You know, when we first got there, we were close. But when we left, I think we became even closer. You know, I think I can consider some of those guys as true brothers for real, you know, away from everything, just off that trip alone. So, I mean,
I would say just getting to help others, and they were so grateful for what we were doing. And after we left a few days of doing work, they said we had did months of work. So that was really rewarding for me, just like, wow, we got to help out all these people, and they were so thankful for it.
I could be wrong on the timing, so correct me if I am. But there were some things on social. At the end, it appeared that everybody got to go swimming one day. And just being able to chill out and just relax. What was that moment like to just hit the ocean and just say, I got nothing left to do here. I've given it my all.
Oh, it's a dream come true. I think that's the dream right there, to say that you're done. You don't got to do nothing but chill and relax, enjoy the views. You know, I think, honestly, that's what we thought Jamaica was going to be when we first got there, you know, but we didn't realize all the stuff that, you know, we were going to end up doing, of course. But like I said, I mean, it was bittersweet, you know, and seeing those guys being able to laugh with each other, have a good time, and be around all the other people from Jamaica, and, you know, them saying their sayings and them talking, just being happy, and just it's a blessing.
Keegan Trost and Jaylen Catalan are with us. I'm Mike Kelly. More from Tiger Talk. From Taste of the Tigers, up next on the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
From Perot to Drinkwitz, from Wilder to Schrader, Mizzou fans have always dreamed big. And at Multiply Credit Union, we're proud to keep that spirit alive. We're bringing fans across Tiger Nation better rates, real rewards, and accounts built to back their goals every step of the way. This isn't banking as usual, it's banking multiplied. Grow together, live fully, be more. Multiply Credit Union, the official credit union of Mizzou Athletics.
Oh, did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did? Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry. I can roller skate while walking my dog. I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
How serious is youth vaping? Irreversible lung damage serious. 1 in 10 kids vape serious, which warrants a serious conversation from a serious parental figure like yourself. Not the seriously know-it-all sports dad or the seriously smart podcaster. It requires a serious conversation that is best had by you. No, seriously, the best person to talk to your child about vaping is you. To start the conversation, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Tiger Talk continues from inside the Columns Club, the 9th annual Taste of the Tigers event, winding down here inside Memorial Stadium. We want to thank Matrix Midwest, as you can watch Tiger Talk each and every week around the state on Matrix Midwest. Also check out their pregame shows every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Mizzou Matrix. And Mizzou Final Whistle comes your way on Sundays at 9:30, recapping the previous game. Check your local listings. Mizzou football, proud to partner with Hy-Vee in an effort to sack hunger in Missouri. For each Tiger sack during the 2025 season, Hy-Vee donates $150 to the food bank for Central and Northeast Missouri. A reminder that still a chance to get some tickets from Shelter Insurance to take you to the zoo this season. Register for a chance to win at shelterinsurance.com/Mizzou. Jaylen Catalan and also Keegan Trost are with us for the final segment here on the show. Missouri and Texas A&M coming up this Saturday, 2:30 inside the sold-out Zoo Memorial Stadium here in Columbia. What's it been like to play in front of these sold-out houses here, Keegan?
It's been great energy. The fans have been showing up to all the big games, and it's been good vibes. Just a lot of support, just coming out each and every week.
Feel the same way, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. I say the exact same thing. I mean, the fans been nothing but unbelievable here so far. I mean, even with the wins and even with the losses that we had, I mean, they've been nothing but great for us. So, I mean, we're appreciative of that. And like I said, we're ready for another packed-out house here Saturday. I mean, it's going to be a good one. Great opponent, A&M, so it doesn't get any better than that.
Guys, with the amount of experience that you guys have, as you look at the season to date, now 6-2 in the season, 4 games left, entering the final quarter pole, if you will. You move into November, it takes on a special significance, right, in terms of what your lore will be, your history will be told. When you look at what's in front of this team, Jaylen, give me some thoughts on what your message has been to your teammates.
I think it was just we have 4 games for the season itself, and then, like I said, we plan on going longer than that. But for these 4 games, let's make a mark, let's make a stand. Let's make everybody know that we can rewrite everything just with these next 4 games and what we do, and it starts with the one coming up this Saturday. So just making sure everybody's locked in with the details and just getting back to the basics of what we do, and then just attacking each day like it's our last. And then, like I said, if we do that, like I said, Saturday should take care of itself.
Keegan, as an offensive line, when you bring in a new quarterback like a freshman in Matt Zollers, what's the message from the O-line to the young quarterback?
I've talked to him this week, and I was just saying, hey, we don't expect you to be completely perfect. We just want you to do your best. You know what I mean? And your best is good enough. So trust yourself. If you make a bad throw or something doesn't go exactly your way, don't get too hard on yourself. Play the next play and just keep going.
From an O-line standpoint, in what areas still, because you haven't played a perfect game, it's hard to play no one plays a perfect game, right? Throughout the course of the number of snaps that happens. How do you, though, reach the next level from an offensive line standpoint for the next month of the season, of the regular season?
Just trying to be consistent. You can't be perfect, but you want to try to win every play. And then when you do have a bad play, you really have to move on. You have to have short-term memory, learn from it, and just move on from it.
I'm going to come back and finish a little bit about Texas A&M, but I want to talk about, again, the journey and the life experiences that you've had. You don't get here to this position, right? unless you've had people along the way that have helped you and that have been that community of support. For you, Jaylen, who have been those folks that have helped you be able to succeed and reach the goals at this point in your life?
Definitely my family, my mom, dad, and brother for sure. Definitely helped me out a lot along my sister. That's been the biggest support cast through the ups and downs. And I mean, there's been several coaches throughout my career that I can think of that's really helped me out a lot throughout the way. But I mean, overall, I would say, I mean, teammates, you know, I think the people I met along the way has been my teammates for sure. You know, I think you're around the most, and those are guys that you realize that y'all fight mostly the same battles, especially, you know, within the facility, you know. So I think when you go across my journey, I'll say those are people that really touched me the most.
Well, those are relationships, too, that are going to last you for the rest of your life as well.
No doubt.
Keegan, for you, those special individuals that have helped you.
Really, I would say my mom has been big. She supports me. She's came to like every game, even when she had to travel 10 hours. And also coaches along the way, going to many different schools. I've still kept relationships with previous coaches, and then old teammates also support along the way. So it's really been good to just like have my mom, sisters, family, and also coaches and friends along the way.
From a defensive standpoint, Keegan, when you watch film on Texas A&M, what stands out about their defensive front?
They're active, for sure. Like Coach said, they want to rush the passer. Really good players across the board. Good opportunities. When I play these type of games, I look at it as an opportunity to go against some of the best guys. And when you're in the SEC, each week, especially as an offensive lineman, you're going to have guys that are going to be drafted in the first few rounds up front.
How about their offense led by Marcel Reed, their quarterback?
There's all they have a lot of playmakers. I would say you look at it starts with the quarterback himself. He can make plays with his feet. He can make the progressions when needed. Like I said, they have two great receivers out there, and they have a great running back room. So, like I said, on our end, I always say, like, in the SEC, they're going to have really great players, but we have great players here too. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's all about the P's and Q's. It's everybody doing their jobs and everyone executing every single play. And like I said, when it's all said and done, you know, it's made the best team win.
Both of you guys have had so much experience in playing this game that you love, right? How does the game slow down as the amount of experiences increases in terms of your career? You play a number of games. How does it slow down the game, Keegan?
I would say as offensive lineman, just really, there's only so many moves you can get hit with.
Yeah.
And really just, in order to learn from them, you need to lose. So you need to experience that loss and going against defensive linemen. So along the way, banked reps. You've seen this before. It may be little scheme differences, but really just being more confident as you had all those reps, it really helps you grow.
I think from you is just the number of pre-snap stuff that you might see throughout the course of your career, the number of different route trees. How has that slowed down the game for you?
That definitely has been able to see so many different splits, different formations, different motions, different IDs as far as where's the guy lined up. But I think, honestly, what helped me the most was just embracing my mistakes throughout the past. I think when I embraced my mistakes, it helped me realize, okay, this is what I did wrong, this is what they like to do, or this is what offense usually likes to do in this situation, and this is what you need to do here. So you might want to do this instead here and line here. So there's different things you go into it, but I think it starts with just embracing the mistakes so you're able to kind of tone in on those, don't make those again. I think that's what helps you progress and become a better player.
Couple of minutes left. When I first met Jaylen Catalan this summer, it was at a little taping session over here in the indoor facility, and Jaylen walks up and he's got a little boom box, and he's rocking Michael Jackson, which, I mean, that's the music of my childhood, for goodness sake. So where's the boombox tonight, man?
It's actually in my locker right now as we speak, so I didn't get a chance to bring that. But, I mean, if you ever want me to, I can.
Yeah, you're welcome. What is it about that device that you like having with you?
I don't know. It's just like, it's peace, you know. Whenever you're having a bad day or whenever you feel down, I always say turn some music on, you know. Get yourself going, whatever you like jamming out to, turn it on and just makes your day better, you know, because like I said, we all go through bad days. We all go through days where we just don't feel like doing anything, or the world just doesn't seem like it's on our side. But I feel like when that happens, just turn some music on. I mean, I feel like that always makes the day better.
Keegan Trost, the day belongs to you. You've got nothing to do. There's nothing on the schedule. No ball, no meetings, no nothing. How are you going to spend it?
I honestly might just spend it by doing nothing. When you're busy so much and you get that time off, sometimes you need to just sit back and do nothing. Watch movies, hang out.
Yeah, love that. How about for you?
For me, I mean, I like to chill, but I like to cook. You know, like.
What are you? All right. So, what specialty?
My specialty, I have to say, would be pasta for sure. But like I said, I'm like trying to expand a little bit. I want to open up a restaurant down the road, so just trying to expand my horizons a little bit. So definitely kind of tap into that a little more when I get the time to with this football schedule.
Keegan, just a little message to these folks as we close things out. What would be your message to Mizzou fans after you've had a chance to experience now through 8 games?
I would say it's time to win all November, taking it one game at a time.
Absolutely. Hey, guys, thank you so much. Such a blessing to have you here. Jaylen Catalan, ladies and gentlemen, and Keegan Trost. I'm Mike Kelly. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching from the Food Bank. Then Taste of the Tigers. We'll be back here again next year on the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
You've been listening to Tiger Talk, brought to you by Harpo's Bar and Grill, the host location of all Mizzou Tiger Talks and downtown Columbia staple for over 50 years. And by Bud Light, easy to drink.